Today we're going to talk about dark pools. Well, not literally dark pools. We're going to talk about the private exchanges that exist that's not accessible to your traditional retail investor. A dark pool is kind of like your regular exchanges that exist, such as like your New York Stock Exchanges or the NASDAQ, but this is more so for the elite or for the bigger dogs, just your traditional bigger bank investors. A dark pool is also sometimes known as an ATS, or an alternative trading system. So that's pretty much it. So let's get into a higher detail. But first, let me get out of this pool. Back in 2017, of the total amount of trades being done, up to 40% were being done in dark pools. So what's the rationale behind this? Well, some of the reasons that large-scale institutions tend to go about this method is due to some of the contracts that exist but are limited to the public stock exchange. For example, these are things such as like the time to completion, or T+2 is what's commonly known as, where a transaction can take up to 1 to 2 days. That orders can be split into 1 or 3 or 4. You can never just sell a whole bunch at the same time, and you can only sell a small amount at a time until a buyer is found. And your identity also isn't hidden when you sell. And those are some of the disadvantages when it comes to selling on the public market. The primary advantage of a dark pool trading is that institutional investors, or your big investors, are able to make large trades, like massive trades, or what's known as block trades, and they can do so without having to expose themselves or letting the public know who they are. And this really prevents heavy price devaluation, which would otherwise occur if it was on the public market. For example, if it were public knowledge for a large investment bank, let's say Berkshire Hathaway, were to sell 500,000 or 500,000 shares of a security, the security would almost certainly decrease in value by the time the bank found buyers for all of their shares. It kind of alerts everyone else in the market thinking, oh, does this big fish know something that we don't know? But I'm gonna trust them anyway, so I'm gonna sell basing it off of them. And that would cause a huge problem.
Sell it all today.
See, dark pools were initially used by institutional investors for block trades involving a large number of securities. However, dark pools are no longer used only for large orders anymore. A study by Celent found that as a result of block orders, the average size has actually dropped from 430 shares in 2009 to approximately 200 shares in 2013. Another advantage of dark pools is that they can charge a lower fee than other exchanges because they're often housed within a large firm and not necessarily a bank. When it comes to the disadvantages of dark pools, it's best to understand it by comparing it to the public market. See, whenever you buy or sell a security on the public market, you're guaranteed the best price whether you buy or sell at any given time. However, in the dark pool, you don't have that level of security. The other disadvantage is that you could potentially be benefiting by buying or selling the securities to your potential competitor, which in a capitalistic environment isn't the most ideal thing to do. So those are the two key disadvantages when it comes to purchasing securities in a dark pool. Order. So, as most things get regulated when things get a little bit out of hand. And the SEC implemented a trade at rule for dark pools, which would essentially require a stock or a trade to occur in the public exchange unless a significantly better price was available elsewhere. This could be a half a cent or more. So this would allow a hedge fund and the like to be more active in public markets and less on the dark pool exchanges that exist. In highlight, it essentially provides a pricing cost for hedge funds that is advantageous for them to purchase at, as it would be cheaper and allows them to do larger transactions. And secondly, the lack of transparency can also work, well, either way, as you don't know if you're selling to your competition or buying from your competition. So that pretty much wraps up about dark pools and what they are at a high level overview. If you'd like me to cover more of these topics, please let me know in the comments below. But as always, like, comment, and subscribe, and please share it with other people. Okay, my apartment actually closes the pool at midnight, so I'm gonna get out now. Peace.